Easy enough. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the podcast that has no name. We decided it was called Team Drop-In, but really it's Teach Better Talk 3.1200. My name is Rae Hughart. Jeff Gargas is with me again, and we are thrilled to continue this conversation of summer episodes of our fun little podcast we got going here. Jeff, we are recording on a Tuesday. How you doing today?
It's weird. We're just picking random days to record now. It's like when we did Teach Better Talk version 1.0.
There you go.
We had very specific days. It was always Monday evenings. Now it's kind of like, I want to record right now? Sure. We just got done with meeting for about an hour almost, and then did this. And it's my favorite part is when you say, like, welcome back to another episode of, and then I'm like, how is she going to define the show? Because even though it sort of has a name, it doesn't have a name.
Here's my hope, friends. We are hoping that in the fall, we have figured out what this podcast is going to be for the school year. But really right now, this is just the summer edition of a podcast that you might love or you might not love. And that's just who we are. We're happy to be here.
Are we going to do a live recording of this podcast at on Podcasters Row at the Teach Better Conference in October?
We absolutely can. We have not talked about our role.
We should go to one of the terraces that overlooks everything, like during a time when everyone's down there hustling and bustling, and like do it from there.
That is the weird part about our venue, friends. If you have not looked it up or bought your ticket yet for the Teach Better Conference, it's October 14th and 15th, and this coming fall. I can't believe it's finally coming. We've been like preparing for the last 1,200 years for it. But the venue is like really, really wonderfully designed. And when you say those terraces, they're like those, there's like 4 of them, right? 3 or 4 of them that overlook the main room. It's a really interesting
they're like balconies, but not really, like, because they're like, it's like the one's like a library, but there's no wall. It just overlooks the,
and they're in stuff. And to confirm, they're inside. Like, we're not outside.
Yeah, they're all inside. Yeah. They're just on like step. It's interesting.
It's very interesting. Yes. I really love it. I'm excited for the fact that the conference is taking over the entire venue. Yep. So you're going to be able to walk into all these different rooms. Like, some look like classrooms, some look like these balconies we're referring to. Some of them are like massive, presentation rooms. Some are lounges. Like, I just think this is going to be such a funky little, part of the conference.
I think I just decided that at some point I'm going to toss stress balls from one of those terraces.
Oh my gosh. Be safe, please, Jeff. We
soft.
Be safe.
Like one of the lower ones. I think we went up top that could hurt some. We'll go lower.
I was going to say, because when we went up to almost the roof, like the 5th terrace, I had a little bit of anxiety of the height of it. It's so, you're like 6 stories out. It's really tall.
Yeah, when you and I accidentally ended up there.
Yes, we did. Accidentally.
Yes. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, so that's teachbetterconference.com. You can find out all that. But yeah, maybe we will do a live version of this. It'll be fun.
That'd be cool. The other thing is, I know that you guys will, I'm sure the majority of you are comfortable walking stairs, but I encourage everybody to try and get on the elevator throughout the conference at least once, because it's an experience. Just do it.
Which elevator? There's a couple of them.
Oh, I'm talking about the red one.
I think there's 3 elevators.
The red one is what I'm talking about, like right here.
Yeah, with the glass, like it's clear, like you can see it. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
And it's powered by Chelsea was telling us it's powered by hydraulics versus like the pulley system stuff, which is unique in its own self. Anyway, it's good stuff. Lots of fun stuff at the build.
So it's Tuesday morning. So obviously you and I both sat in on our administrator mastermind this morning. We kind of wrapped up the theme this month. We were just talking about school scheduling, which we've had some epic conversations about for the last 4 weeks. Now we're headed into July, has a theme of strategic planning. So that'll be kind of fun to see what new faces join, maybe because they're drawn to the theme or because they finally have the time to be able to pop into that 9 a.m. Eastern time slot. Brad Hughes and Dr. Brian Zwemke will be facilitating that continual conversation. And I really do enjoy those in the morning. I think we've had a really good, sizable group over the last few weeks. It's been nice for people to meet new friends, but even specifically this morning, sharing resources. And we had a lot of new administrators that just found out they are moving into a new role or changing schools. So that kind of caused for some good discussion this morning.
Yeah, great discussion happening there. And when we talk about the theme, along with the theme is the ability, opportunity to earn Teach Better team leadership badges and certificates of attendance. So if you come to all 4, I think most months are 4, sometimes there's a 5th in there, meetings in a month, you earn that badge and the certificate. So we've got a few that are getting it for June, so that's exciting. So hopefully everyone will join us in July. teachbetter.com/mastermind is the correct address. Yes.
And it's free, friends. Like
it's free. You just get a link there.
Yeah. Whether you're a leader yourself in some sort of formal role in the school system, or maybe you have a friend that you just want to like casually mention this to, it's really low key. People sign up, and sometimes they come every single week because they want to earn that badge, that certificate. And sometimes people just pop in as they have time. You can go a few weeks in between, and we'd love to have you regardless. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, we have some people that can't always attend. It becomes like their safe haven they run to when they're stressing or struggling or need to brainstorm. They might not have been there for a couple of weeks, and they pop in, and the group's just like, "Welcome back. We missed you. Let's brainstorm." So, yes, that's exciting. What else is going on?
Well, we had a meeting after that where we kind of went through some of the things on the team that are happening. One of which is happening this week. So, friends, depending on when you're listening to this episode, you either can catch the recording after the fact, or maybe you still have time to come join us. But we have a live series going on that's exclusive to our private group that we just finalized all the details for. But I'm excited about that. That will be all on kind of like mastery learning, how to dip your toe into this concept. It's really specific to educators that are looking to implement or maybe considering implementing a mastery learning framework. And I say educators because it can be a classroom teacher if you're in the classroom and you have students that are sitting in the desks of your room, or it could be administrators that are looking to conduct professional development through mastery learning, a mastery learning framework this year as you get into planning your institute days. So we're excited to kind of present this information in an easy to chew on way, and that will be Wednesday and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern in our private Facebook group.
So this Wednesday and Friday, so the 30th, and then
it's the 29th
and then the
1st. Yes. So awesome. I'm kind of excited because the Wednesday, the 29th, is going to be us talking through like truly raw basics of the grid. So this isn't a formal course. If you guys want to take the course, the free course in the Academy is so good. Full workshop in the Academy is great. We want to talk about it like, hey, if you've never heard of it before, what are like the bare bone basics? How do you even get started? But I'm really excited for Friday because we're doing a Q&A, and we're going to talk about all the fires you have to put out anytime you're starting a new system, anytime you're learning something. We have some horror stories we're going to be sharing. It's going to be a good time.
That's awesome. And so if you go to teachbettergroup.com, that'll take you to the Facebook group if you're not already in there. Or if you search Teach Better Team on Facebook, you'll see our page, which you can give a like to and follow. But then you also see the group. You have to answer a couple questions to get in, and then our team's pretty quick to get you approved and get you in. So make sure you do that ASAP so you can be in there and get notified when we're live. And because there are some exclusive things that happen in that group that you can't get anywhere else. So
yeah, we're planning another one here in just a few weeks. So I don't know. It's a fun group. It's like 7,000 educators. So I feel like it's an interesting collection, a lot of voices, but all solution seeking educators. These aren't necessarily educators that always are using mastery learning skills or even things that the Teach Better team teaches on, but looking for a group that is willing to problem solve. I feel like that's kind of become our priority.
I don't want to touch this. Is something I love most about the group, and you kind of just touched on. It's not just teaching Teach Better team stuff. And we don't advertise and promo in that group. The purpose of that group is not to try to get you in and then get you to buy our courses and stuff like that. That's not what that group is for. It's a support group for educators. And in fact, so much so that if anybody, including us, posts anything that's like salesy or anything in there, we don't even do anything. The community just takes care of it.
They delete it,
which I think is just different than a lot of groups that you get into. You get into a lot of groups and it's a whole lot of, and there's not that there's anything wrong with that, right? There's groups that are great spaces for sharing the work you're doing and promo and stuff like that. But I just think that's something that I've heard so much about from educators in our group that they appreciate, because it really is just a place you can come be supportive at. So
it's
find support. So
access to opportunities that
Yes.
make us better. I like that too. That's kind of
So what else? So what else going? So we're doing that. That's Friday. What do you got going on this weekend? We got 4th of July weekend coming up if you're in the States.
I know. Okay, so
Long weekend.
can I make fun of my family for like 2 seconds? Because you guys have, if you've listened to the podcast before, you know I like my parents are ridiculous. So my mother and father called me last week and they're like, Rae, we want to go on a vacation over 4th of July. And I'm like, well, that sounds lovely. They're like, we're gonna like stay somewhere, like they're brainstorming places you can drive, like within we live in the Chicago area, so like whatever. And I'm telling them, have fun. I'm not participating in that.
They were talking about we as in with you.
Yes. And I was like, that sounds great, but Rae is an adult that doesn't want to do that. And but you guys have a grand old time, like truly, truly, truly. I will send you a gift when you get there to surprise you. Like, go have a great time. So then she texts me, literally, we get off the phone, and she goes, we just booked a 2-day stay in Naperville. And I was like, I'm sorry, that's where I live. I'm like, first off, let's talk about the problems in this. I only live 40 minutes from them, so that's not a vacation. Second of all, I did not approve a weekend in Naperville with the family. Third, the next text that followed was, we're going to put you in charge of planning any festivities of what you want to show us in Naperville.
So essentially what they said by vacation is like, we're coming to visit you for a weekend. I want to note though, I know that I don't know if that sounds weird to only go like within an hour of your home for vacation, but one of my favorite things, Amy and I, our favorite things is we go down 15 minutes down the road and get a hotel room for a weekend because it's not here. Like we're away, we'll relax. It's somewhere there. You can call people to bring you food, which I know you can do at home too, but like, it's just, we can make a mess and someone else cleans it up. Like,
sure.
It's like how my kids live all the time.
I love it. I just typically, if you're going to go somewhere where you're expecting to see people, you ask them if they're available before you go to the hotel.
That's a good point.
So we have a whole weekend planned. If anybody wants to come, apparently it's a free for all. You're all invited.
Rae's giving Naperville tours.
I am giving Naperville tours. We're doing Top Golf, so we're going golfing.
Okay.
Have you ever done Top Golf? Do you know what that is?
I have not. I know what it is, but I haven't done it before. No.
It's like for people who are listening, it's like a driving range on steroids. Go Google it. Trust me. Top Golf. And there's one down the street from my home. And then I have a few restaurant reservations. I don't know how I'm entertaining them for 2 full days, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure you need restaurants and wine and you'll be fine. Oh, wow, that wine. Didn't realize that.
So the moral of the story is that when I moved here last summer, I had no idea what 4th of July looked like where I live, but I actually live, just by complete coincidence, directly across the lake or the pond of where they light the fireworks.
Oh, so you got
I have the best view of all time of where the Naperville fireworks are. So what I was telling them is like, oh, if you end up coming here, I have fireworks. So apparently that's the reason they're coming, is to see.
Okay. So they're coming on Saturday, Sunday?
The fireworks here are Sunday. So
okay. Yeah, a lot of places will do them on Sunday because people have the day off the next day. So
I don't think
so that's what you're doing all weekend.
Yeah, so I don't think you're coming to Naperville, but you're invited. I don't know what your plans are.
I'm not. So we were actually hosting a neighborhood cookout on Saturday, which my neighbor John, who lives across the street, he and I occasionally we did it like accidentally last year. Well, we did it as jokes before. So we had this thing going for a couple of years before COVID, where anytime certain groups of this neighborhood area would go on vacation, we'd go to their house and take a bunch of pictures on their porch and like with like party supplies and joke. And we weren't actually having a party. We joked on Facebook, like we were partying at their house while they were gone. And then one year when we were gone, they actually did it. And we got home from our vacation and my like 20 of my neighbors are in my yard grilling my grill. And that kind of kicked off like, oh, okay. So when we do things like when we get together for Halloween, we do an all day cookout before the kids go out.
Cute.
And so then we did one a little while ago just for the heck of it. And we're like, oh, let's do another one on the weekend of the 4th. So we do that on Saturday because a lot of people have Sunday and Monday stuff. So that'll be like early afternoon start. And we put up canopies and there's multiple grills and smokers and we just whatever. Last time anybody who walked by, I invited to come have a drink and get food. So we're trying to make friends in our neighborhood too. So we'll do that on Saturday.
Love that.
Amy won't be here because Amy's still in Canada. She doesn't get home until Sunday.
Yeah.
So that we'll be retrieving Amy back home on Sunday. And then I'll have a couple. My niece is coming over on Saturday and spending the night, so I'll have her and Jacqueline run around looking adorable on Sunday, and then Monday I gotta get up and go. I'm getting up and running in our firecracker run here in Stowe.
Ooh.
And then there's the parade,
Sure.
and then we will decide whether we're going to go out to my parents or not because they invited us out, but it's like an hour drive both ways.
Maybe you should go there all weekend and just invite yourself over.
Maybe like that's something we could do.
Sounds like you have a good plan.
We have a good weekend planned. Yeah, it should be a good time. Like it's gonna be like one of those weekends that we get done and like, oh, I need to take a day off on Tuesday to recover from the weekend.
You know, I have to tell you though, I thought the same thing, but you and I have full weeks. This week is so full. Next week, you and I have very full schedule, so you cannot take off a single day.
Really? I wasn't planning on that.
I don't know how the calendar gets so busy so quickly.
I don't know. Yeah, next week's busy too because I got to prep because that weekend is Jacqueline's birthday party.
I saw that on the calendar. That's so exciting. How old is she turning?
She will be turning 8.
Oh.
Wow.
She's old.
Crazy. We're doing a tie-dye party, so the kids are gonna be able to make tie-dye shirts and stuff.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, so that should be a good time.
Oh, so fun. So fun.
So fun weekend. Love to hear if you're listening right now, shoot us a tweet or tag us at a story on Instagram, whatever. Let us know what you're doing for your weekend. I know that's a United States holiday, so if you listen from somewhere else, I'm not sure if you have holidays or fun evening or weekend plans, but you can let us know about that as well. There's almost always a holiday in Canada, so there's probably something going on up there this weekend, but I'm not sure what it is. So
I always love when people are listening to podcasts and message us because we really do like to hear about all of your lives. And typically we get questions about like teach better things or education related topics. So it's always good to get the personal tidbits too. I will say I have a problem that I want to bring to our podcast listeners.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. Go ahead.
Okay. You say that now I feel like I shouldn't bring it up. This is not a safe space. Why can't this be a safe space?
I don't know what I did, and I apologize if I made you think that this was a safe space, but it is not. This is hostile territory. But go ahead.
Oh man, guys. Oh.
If you dare.
Yeah, now I don't want to. I really think I'm going to so regret talking about this. Even right now, I'm regretting that we're discussing this. I want to pick up a hobby.
Okay.
And I don't want it to be running because running is terrible. But here's the deal. I have a friend who has a lot of hobbies, and I think I'm jealous that they have like things in their calendar that
aren't work
family obligations, aren't work obligations. They're like things they're doing because they're hobbies. And I need it to be extremely inexpensive because I do not want. Like, here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, Rae, go join go do a yoga studio or go take an art class. That all sounds good, but that's a pretty decent cost that I'm not sure I want to take on. I need a sport or an activity that I can do for like an hour every so often over the summer. Get me outside. I need a hobby.
Can't you do like yoga outside, but on your own? Like there's a billion apps that are free of videos. You could do that. You could also do art stuff on your own.
I could.
You don't have to go pay for a ton of things.
So I went to the driving range the other day, and that was something where I'm like, oh, I could like learn golf.
You said inexpensive. Golf is absolutely not the route from that.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't pay for anything, so I have no idea.
Is golf like, if you have to pay for stuff, golf's you might as well go ahead and go skiing too.
Wait, but what if I had access to free clubs?
Okay.
How is a bucket of balls expensive?
No, to go driving range, that's not bad. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, go to the driving range. No, you can get a bucket of ball pretty cheap usually.
Or like there's tennis courts everywhere. Like if I get a tennis racket, I could be a tennis player.
You could do a tennis player.
I could become a swimmer. I have access to pools.
Okay, there you go. You can get into swimming.
This sounds like a terrible idea. I don't think I'm going to do it.
I'm trying to think of what Yeah.
Mhm.
You could, if you had a basketball hoops close by, you could go learn, practice
But
shooting
I
hoops and
literally
playing ball.
do. I have so many basketball hoops I have access to just down the street.
You know what I think you should do? I think you should take up rollerblading.
Okay, that's like a thing people do.
Yeah, I know.
I think rollerblading, like, okay, here's the deal. When I say basketball, I picture like Rae shooting a basketball into a hoop. When I think of rollerblading, I think of myself falling on the sidewalk.
I want to be clear. Nobody listening when I said basketball thought and envisioned Rae shooting a ball into the hoop.
Why? I could.
Everyone envisioned Rae shooting the ball that hit the bottom of the net.
Oh my God, I can totally shoot a basketball. You don't think I can shoot a basketball? I have to go find a basketball first to prove this because I don't know in a basketball.
Let me be clear. The reason I don't think you can is because whenever I've ever talked to you and basketballs come up, your response is, "That's the one with the orange ball, right?"
Just because,
that's why.
But you don't.
That's why I think that maybe you wouldn't know how to shoot basketball. You might be really good at basketball. No,
you don't think I can put it in the hoop?
I think you could, yeah. But I'm just saying that's not what we all envisioned. There's two differences. I believe in you.
Tennis, I feel like I could bounce the ball and whack it. Like I could be a tennis player.
I think I can see you doing tennis. Yeah.
Swimming?
But do you want something like so certain, like obviously, like I mean, tennis, basketball, that's a little more active than going to the driving range and casually hitting some balls and stuff.
I'm looking for something that's going to get me outside. I do yoga all the time, but I actually prefer yoga inside. I'm looking for something
so you need something out. Yeah, something
out. Hiking with the dogs, I do already. I love that. I need.
How about
like juggling? You think I could do that?
Maybe. There was a guy the other day when the kid, there was like a down at the city center, they did like a little picnic whatever thing, and there was a couple guys walking around juggling, and the one guy came over and was teaching Jonathan how to juggle, and like the progress Jonathan made in a couple of minutes. I'm like, oh, so when you know how to do it, you can teach pretty well. Okay. He made it look easy. I don't know. So maybe you could juggle. You don't have to go out. That's not like getting you outside though, right? So
I know.
Outside.
I just need to be slightly athletic that isn't going to kill me.
You need slightly athletic. Okay. I was going to say, you could do like geocaching. But that's not one that could take you a long ways away, and that's not necessarily athletic. Mm-hmm. You could do Pokemon like, Go.
A skill like
run after them.
No, but like you're a runner, so when people challenge you, you're like, well, I'm a runner. I'm Jeff Gargas. I'm so cool. Like I have nothing. I do yoga, but no one sees that. I need a hobby that gets me out that I can be like, golf, I can hit a golf ball. Let me.
It sounds like you can hit a golf. It sounds like golf might be the way to go. If you got access to free clubs, those are a big expense. And if you're not going out and playing on a course, that's when it's expensive, is the clubs plus going out and playing on an actual course.
On a course because that's a lot of walking.
Well, you can do the cart, right?
Okay, I don't think I know anything about
let's back up. So first off, yeah, you can get a cart. If your golf course is as cool as the local one here at Foxton, which is a city-owned course, they've got their little mini motorcycles that you put your clubs on and drive around on.
Oh my God.
Scooters. You can walk, but you can get a cart. And typically there's someone who drives around another cart with beer on it and just stops. Like we were out the other day, did 18. I think she came by 10 times throughout our 18 holes going, hey, you guys need anything? We're like, we just saw you. So you can do that. It's a long time. Like golf takes 3 to 4 hours out of your day.
Oh no!
But,
oh my God!
It's 1000% okay, and honestly, most of the time, preferred and expected for you to drink while doing it. Maybe not a glass of wine, but like beer, which you drink as well. I think the driving range is the way to go, though. Like, pay $6 for a bucket of balls and just
I don't frustration. I don't think I'm a good fit for anything. I think
have you considered reading or listening to audiobooks while tanning?
I think I'm gonna listen to podcasts by the pool. I think that's what I've decided. Thanks for this therapy session. Can you play golf? Are you a golfer?
Those are two different questions.
Okay.
I play golf, but I'm a golfer, but I can't play. No, yeah, I golf. I actually went out. It's been a long time. I hadn't gone out for, I think, once over the last 2 years. And then I went out 2 weekends ago and actually played decent. Actually hit my first birdie in forever that I can remember. And then my last 4 holes, I had 2 birdies or 2 pars and a birdie, which was pretty awesome. And I'm going out next weekend as well. But that'll probably be the only 2 times I go for this.
More important question.
I enjoy it.
Can you shoot a basketball?
Yes.
In the hoop?
Yes. I don't know how many times out of 10, but yes. It's been a while since I played basketball, though.
You're very athletic, Jeff Gargas.
I don't know if that's a true statement or not. I didn't say I played basketball well. It's like I could shoot in a hoop.
Okay, I have another.
I got cut from my 9th grade basketball team.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah. Actually, I got cut, and then but I still want all my buddies on the team. So I'm like, well, I just want to come to games. And they're like, well, we can only carry so many people. You want to come do stats? I'm like, yeah, I'll do stats. And then I just watched them get their cracks kicked the entire season. I'm like, I think it's cool. I don't think I want to play basketball anymore. I didn't really like it. I just wanted a bunch of my buddies played. I played soccer. So you can play soccer. Why don't you play soccer? That's cheap. You just need a ball.
You need people to play soccer.
Nah, just get a wall.
No.
Kick it off the wall. Your dogs. Teach your dogs how to play soccer with you.
Alfred would be a good soccer player. All right, here's the deal, friends. If you're listening and you have a summer activity.
I forgot that we're still recording. Go ahead.
If you have a summer activity that you think should be on my consideration list.
Yes.
DM me.
Please tweet out, tag me in the tweets. I want to know all the things. I kind of want to do like a wrong answers only, but I think all of them work. So just what activity that we're not thinking of should Rae take up?
Yeah, we'll make that better. So if you tweet out at us or share on Instagram, make sure you tag Jeff and I and the Teach Better team. You're either using hashtag Teach Better or you're using hashtag Teach Better and then another hashtag wrong answer. Like that way we get to see your wrong answers too.
I have a couple more for you. Water skiing,
horseback riding.
I was gonna say polo, like horseback polo.
Yeah.
Or water polo.
Okay, none of those are a good idea. Also, with water skiing, you need more people. You can't drive the boat and water ski at the same time.
You're charming. Go down to the docks and find someone.
Also, I don't live by water. Can we just keep going with this story?
You have a pond.
Yeah, I have a pond.
Just need someone with a really small boat.
I think there's creatures in this pond.
I'm totally picturing like the RC boats that like pull the squirrels right now, but it's like a little Rae instead.
This is a terrible idea. I think
it's time to go. I think we've hit our max of horribleness for the episode right now.
That's true. We want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July if you're celebrating for our US friends and family. And then we obviously are doing episodes every single week. So please continue to take a screenshot if you're watching this on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast platform. Take a screenshot, share that you're listening into this ridiculousness, and maybe we'll do something fun with that. Like this is an opportunity for us to not only share Teach Better ideas, but come up with wacky ideas. So
make sure you follow on Rae's Instagram so you can follow her story as she starts testing some of these things out.
I am not promising that I will log these activities, but I will tell you that if I was to, it's going to be on Instagram. So it's probably the best place to get it.
Awesome.
See you later, friends.
All right, friends. Let's get out there and let's teach better.